Are you a fan of pixel art games? Because I am. I love them. I can't get enough. So today I'll be giving you 18 amazing pixel art games coming this year and beyond for you to check out. Games with pixel art are great. You don't need a high-end PC to run them. They often look incredibly detailed and still make the game's world feel immersive. And also, it often leads indie devs to focus more on original gameplay than trying to push graphics to their limits. But before we begin, if you're enjoying my videos, please leave a like or even subscribe to find more games to get lost in. But on with the video. Starting this list, and in no particular order, we've got Skull Horde, where you're not just a necromancer, you're a flying skull necromancer. That's right, no body, no problem. In this auto-battler dungeon crawler, you'll explore procedurally generated dungeons, summon an army of skeletons, and unleash bone-crunching chaos on waves of fleshy enemies. The action is in real time, with your skeletal minions handling the fights while you strategize, choosing loot, upgrading units, and re-rolling for the perfect build. You'll also be able to merge units to unlock unique abilities, find powerful synergies, and stack perks to create ridiculously overpowered combos. With different playable characters, dungeon challenges, and plenty of loot, every run offers new ways to experiment. So if commanding an undead horde while flying around as a skull sounds like your kind of fun, Skull Horde might just be your next obsession. Next up is The King is Watching, where your kingdom only thrives when you're looking. Now, I played and covered this game during my Steam Next Fest video, but this was my favorite, so maybe stay until the end for some more honorable mentions, as I didn't want to create so much overlap in this video. In the game, farms grow, mines produce, and knights train, until you turn away. You'll need to choose wisely, where you'll either focus on food, wealth, or defense. But remember, your gaze is the law. You'll need to balance resources, train an army, and defend against unpredictable enemies. Each run brings new challenges, from cursed cemeteries to fiery depths, forcing you to adapt. And if you fail, there's no worry, as every loss unlocks upgrades, making your next reign even stronger. As a true roguelike kingdom builder, no playthroughs are going to feel alike. Unexpected foes, shifting strategies, and a loyal council of experts ensure every decision matters. It's a highly addictive game, and the demo is out too, but make sure to keep an eye out on this one. Next up, we've got Long Gone, a post-apocalyptic adventure where you play as a lone survivor wandering through an old-world suburban neighborhood. But this isn't your typical survival game. Here, the environment tells the story. As you explore, you'll uncover the forgotten lives of the people who once lived here through their discarded belongings, solve puzzles, platform through overgrown streets, and piece together a tale of a world that's long gone. The pixel art is a modern throwback to retro games, blending charming low-poly visuals with detailed animations and a sense of humor, despite the somber backdrop. You'll just need to be careful though, as zombies are around and they aren't interested in your nostalgia. If you're a fan of retro-style exploration with a bit of lightheartedness, Long Gone might just be your next adventure. Then coming up next is Lorn Vale, a survival sandbox RPG that drops you into a world where civilization is a little more than a distant memory. The apocalypse has come and gone, leaving behind a brutal wasteland where only the toughest or the smartest survive. This isn't just another open world free-for-all though. It's a systems-driven experience where every choice matters. Here you'll engage in real-time tactical combats, forge alliances with warring factions, and adapt by upgrading your stats, skills, and even mutating to gain new abilities. And while the world remains static, its events and encounters shift with every playthrough, ensuring no two runs play out the same. Whether you're scavenging, trading, bounty hunting, or just trying to live another day, Lorn Vale is shaping up to be a gritty, immersive journey through the ruins of humanity's past. Up next, we've got Mariachi Legends, and this is for those who want their Metroidvania with a side of folklore, neon-lit danger, and a deal with death herself. You play as Pablo Cruz, a detective who's made a pact with Madre Katrina, granting him the power to become La Sombra, an unstoppable force of vengeance. Your mission? Hunt down an immortal man who slipped through death's fingers, all while battling through the crime-ridden streets of Santa Mascota. Combat is brutal, stylish, and packed with weapons ranging from whips to magical casts, plus a parry system that rewards precision. With a shifting day-night cycle, tarot-powered upgrades, and a massive jewel map filled with secrets, you'll constantly uncover new challenges. And of course, this game looks incredible, so if you're ready to fight like a mariachi in the heart of the underworld, then maybe check this one out today. Now next up is Warside, a game that is all about fast-paced tactical fun. You'll step onto the battlefield, choose your commander, and lead your forces with precision, timing, and a little bit of flair. Every battle feels like a chess game with tanks, helicopters, and snipers, where every move counts and the stakes are high. The game's campaign takes you through a variety of intense missions, from classic battles to unexpected twists, all set in this vibrant environment that brings each map to life. Whether you're playing solo or teaming up with friends for multiplayer, it's the kind of game where every match feels fresh, challenging, and full of strategic possibilities. And with that built-in map editor, you can keep things interesting by creating your own custom battles, making sure the fun never stops. Whether you're a seasoned strategy fan or just jumping in for the thrill, Warside has that perfect mix of excitement and brainpower that keeps you coming back for more. Then kicking back next is Cast and Chill, for those who love fishing but don't want to deal with the smell or the patience. This cozy idle fishing game lets you explore peaceful lakes, rivers, and oceans, casting your line for rare and legendary catches, all with your loyal doggo by your side. Whether you're actively reeling in fish at lightning speed or letting passive mode do the work while you grab a snack, there's always something biting. Whether it's a second monitor background kind of vibe, or maybe it's your next laid back gaming obsession, Cast and Chill is the ultimate low stress way to reel in some virtual relaxation. Then coming up next, we've got Holstin, a psychological survival horror game that feels like Resident Evil took a detour through a cursed Polish town in the 90s. You play as a man searching for his missing friend, only to find a community consumed by something rotten. The streets are decaying, the locals are barely holding on to their sanity, and the town itself feels like it's watching you. In the game, you can expect classic survival horror elements, scavenging for ammo, solving puzzles, and navigating claustrophobic environments, all while fending off grotesque, otherworldly creatures. What sets Holstin apart though is its striking hand-drawn pixel art with modern lighting and camera rotation, adding an unsettling depth to the world. And with full voice acting in both Polish and English, the eerie atmosphere feels like it's just gonna go through the roof here. So if you're into slow burn horror with rich storytelling, Holstin is definitely worth a look. Next up, we've got Beholder Conductor, which is a spin-off from the Beholder series that takes you on a ride through a dystopian world. As the senior conductor of the Determination Bringer train, you're tasked with keeping order in your assigned carriage while carrying out secret ministry assignments. From monitoring passengers and reporting suspicious activities to performing searches and even ejecting fare evaders, your role is to maintain the state's control over everything and everyone. As you climb the train's ranks, you'll encounter VIPs, bribe colleagues, and the dangerous underworld of smugglers. Your decisions will shape your future. Will you remain loyal, or will you choose a different path? With mature content and a morally complex narrative, Beholder Conductor is all about choices, secrecy, and control in a world where the conductor is always right. Then next on the list is Let's Build a Dungeon, a game all about making games where you'll manage a studio trying to create the world's greatest MMORPG. Hire designers, coders, and testers, then shape an epic fantasy world with quests, monsters, and dungeons. But here's the catch: if your virtual players get bored, they'll cancel their subscriptions, and your investors will make sure you regret it. Balanced development schedules, advertising, merchandising and community demands while deciding if you'll craft a polished masterpiece or crunch your team into the ground. The coolest part though is that you can actually jump into the game you're making, ban rogue players, tweak enemy stats, and experience your world firsthand. With endless customization, business drama, and creative freedom, Let's Build a Dungeon is the ultimate test for anyone who's ever dreamed of running a game studio. Just be sure to go hard, else you be soft. Then coming in hot is Forestrike, a kung fu brawler where every fight is a puzzle and you get to cheat. Well, kind of. You play as you, a martial artist on a quest to save the emperor, but you're always outnumbered. Luckily, you have Foresight, a supernatural ability that lets you preview fights before they happen. Think of it like a tactical turn-based simulation, except once you commit, you're locked in. And if you lose, you're back to square one. Every battle is a dance of perfectly timed strikes, dodges, and counters, with a roguelike structure ensuring no two runs feel the same. You can borrow techniques from kung fu masters, adapt to learn new enemy patterns, and carve your way through beautifully animated pixel art landscapes. With its mix of strategy, fluid combat, and a touch of supernatural flair, Forestrike isn't just about fighting, it's about fighting smart. Then next on the list is Tenjutsu, which throws you into the heart of the Secret Garden City, a neon-soaked battlefield ruled by 4 ruthless crime syndicates. You're a renegade yakuza, out for revenge and redemption, fighting to loosen their grip one brutal encounter at a time. This isn't just another roguelike brawler though, it's a rogue jutsu, blending high-speed martial arts, strategic takedowns, and fluid melee combat into an adrenaline-fueled power trip. Every run, you decide which syndicate to dismantle first, taking one by surprise while giving others time to reinforce. The longer you wait, the stronger they get. As you carve your way through, the city itself will transform. Shops and restaurants will open up, shortcuts will emerge, and new weapons and combat techniques will become available. With Dead Cell's designer Sebastian Bernard behind the wheel, you can definitely expect tight controls, relentless action, and a constantly evolving challenge. Next up is Jitter, which puts you in control of a spaceship's AI, but don't get comfortable. This is more than just flipping switches and running diagnostics. In the game, you're stranded in the main asteroid belt. Your ship's a wreck, and your crew are missing, and something very wrong is happening in the mining colony belt. Your job, rebuild, survive, and uncover the truth. This isn't your typical sci-fi survival game though. Jitter mixes strategic shipbuilding, crew management, and high-stakes space combat with an immersive hard sci-fi world. Your environment really matters though. Asteroids, ships, and outposts take realistic damage, meaning you can blast obstacles or enemies to pieces, but you need to be careful. Debris doesn't care who it's gonna hit. In the game, you can customize your ship with new modules, you can add firepower, optimize speed, or cut dead weight. Yes, even some crew members if you're that kind of AI. You'll also be able to shift between zero-G dogfights and brutal close quarters battles inside enemy vessels. And with every crewmate bringing unique skills and permanent consequences if they die, every decision feels weighty here. Plus the demo is out, so if you're looking for your next indie space game, maybe Jitter will be the one. Next up, we've got Neon Inferno, a game that asks, what if Metal Slug and Time Crisis had a cyberpunk baby? This game is set in a dystopian New York City, drowning in neon and bullets, where you play as an assassin for the family, either Angelo Morano or Mariana Vitti, fighting rival factions to take control of the streets. This is a slick hybrid of 2D run-and-gun action with a gallery shooter twist, letting you blast enemies in both the foreground and background. Bullet deflections, vehicle chases, and a brutal arcade mode crank up the intensity, while the pixel art and synth-heavy soundtrack seal the deal. Plus, if going solo isn't enough, you can always grab a friend for some good old-fashioned co-op carnage. If you love stylish, fast-paced shooters with that just one more run appeal, Neon Inferno might just be right up your alley. Then next up is Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, which is a game that I'm so looking forward to. This is developed by the team behind Blasphemous, yes, that game, So this is a side-scrolling action game that blends the punishing precision of the 8-bit originals with the depth and style of modern action platformers. In the game, you play as Kenji Mozu, a young ninja stepping up to defend Hayabusa village after a demonic invasion catches Ryu Hayabusa out of town. In the game, you can expect razor-sharp combat, fluid movement, and pixel art so detailed it practically bleeds. You'll need to master fast-paced swordplay, chain together acrobatic combos, and push your skills to the limit in a world that's as good-looking as it is unforgiving. If you've been craving an old-school ninja challenge with a modern twist, Ragebound looks ready to cut deep. Up next is Void War, and no, this isn't just an FTL ripoff with a 40k theme. I played the demo, and yeah, honestly I felt like it had enough differences to keep me interested. The game is soaked in Warhammer lore though. Honestly, I didn't know too much about Warhammer, but just the artwork, the characters, the story or the plotline, and the unique technology really piqued my curiosity in the demo. Much like FTL, this roguelike has you fighting in real time with paused battles against enemy ships using whatever weapons or crew members to take them down. Each run is different though, thanks to hundreds of randomized encounters, forcing you to adapt and survive in a hostile galaxy. With its dark techno-gothic aesthetic and deep strategy, Void War is shaping up to be a must-play for fans of Warhammer, FTL, and just overall roguelike chaos. Then sliding into the spotlight next is Replaced, and this is for those who love their cyberpunk with a side of pixel-perfect brutality. This 2.5D action platformer drops you into an alternate 1980s America, where corruption runs deep, outlaws thrive, and human bodies are just another form of currency. You play as Reach, an AI trapped in a human body against its will, navigating the gritty streets of Phoenix City while trying to unravel the mystery of its existence. In the game, you can expect cinematic platforming, stylish free-flow combat, and a dystopian story dripping in neon and danger. It looks like every punch, parry, and perfectly timed dodge is going to feel weighty, making each encounter a beautifully choreographed fight for survival. The game just looks incredible and also very similar to another game that I'll be mentioning in this list, but the dev did mention that it is coming out this year, so I do have a lot of hope for this one. And then lastly, a game that I'm so looking forward to, it's Streets of Rogue 2. This is a game where the only rule is, well, there are no rules. This game is a massive procedurally generated sandbox RPG where you can fight, sneak, hack, or just farm your way to revolution. Your goal here, well, it's to take down a corrupt president, and how you do that is entirely up to you. You can recruit an army, release a zombie plague, or just buy your way to power. Want to be a ninja, a hacker, a farmer who moonlights as a warlord? You can go for it. The open world is 10,000 times bigger than the original, packed with destructible buildings, vehicles to hijack, and just absolute absurd side activities. Whether you're burning down City Hall or just chilling in the countryside, every run is gonna feel like its own wild story. And yes, I know the demo didn't turn out like everyone wanted it, but the dev confirms that he is really working hard, and Matt, I'm here for you, don't worry. Like with the first, you can play solo or in co-op and just embrace the chaos, because Streets of Rogue 2 is just all about making your own fun, and man, I cannot wait to try it out. Then before we go, I just wanted to include some honorable mentions, as these are the games that I still think are gonna be incredible, but yeah, I've included them in previous videos and I didn't want to cross too many streams. So first up, we've got Nine Kings. This is a fast-paced kingdom builder roguelite, where you'll need to grow your empire with hundreds of these unique cards. You also need to then fight massive battles against 9 kings and eventually try and break the game with thousands of insane builds. I played the demo, it was really fun, and I highly recommend checking it out. Then next is Yes Your Grace Snowfall. Here you'll need to rule your crumbling kingdom as you try to satisfy the petty needs of your people in this cinematic kingdom management RPG. You'll need to balance your resources, collect taxes, then hire agents and make difficult decisions to see your kingdom prosper or fall. The game looks brilliant. Yes Your Grace, the original, was amazing, so definitely check it out. Then next up is He Is Coming. Here you'll need to sharpen your wits, seek out powerful artifacts, and stand firm in the face of the apocalypse in this roguelite RPG auto-battler. And don't let that name fool you. I had a lot of fun playing the demo, it was really cool trying out the different builds, and the demo is out, and it's also published by Hooded Horse, so yeah, maybe give this one a look too. Then next up is Metropolis 1998. This is a fresh modern city builder with beautiful, charming aesthetics. Here you've got real-time traffic, deeper unit simulation scheduling, and then you can also even see inside the buildings and maybe even design your own. I love the detail of this game, and yeah, city builders need something always fresh and unique, and I think this one might just be the one. Then next up is Death Howl. This is from the publisher 11-Bit Studios, where here you'll need to journey through the sorrowful spirit world in a Souls-like deck builder. Here you can craft cards and claim powerful totems to defeat the woeful spirits lurking in the mystical lands. If you love turn-based card games, this one will be your jam, and these graphics, they are incredible. And then lastly, this list would not be complete without including this game, The Last Night. Who knows if it's ever gonna come out? It's been over 10 years, but you know what? I still have a slight bit of hope. The Last Night is set in this post-cyberpunk world with a deep, vibrant vision of the future, and who knows? Apparently it's still in development, but it's been a long time, so I'm still crossing my fingers, but they're getting looser by the year. And so that wraps up my video. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you've made it this far, maybe consider leaving a like or maybe subscribe to help you find more games to get lost in. But other than that, it's Marco here from Easily Distracted Games, and as always, don't stop gaming.